Oh, this is fan mail from Michael Devine that he wants me to be on his show, and we're going to all be Easter bunnies. And I have the Easter bunny costume up there.
Where is it?
It's right behind you, pink first one.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
So what else you got in here? Is this where you keep all the outfits for your show?
Yeah, well, drums and guitars and, there's all kinds of costumes and stuff for the show. All my show tapes. Autographs of rock stars and pictures and stuff.
Okay, I'm trying to think what else. So how much fan mail do you usually get?
Well, sometimes I don't get any. Sometimes I'll get a few, maybe a couple a week or so.
I'm trying to think here. Yeah, tell me about some of the shows that you've been doing.
Okay. I just did my 66th show, which was a St. Patrick's Day show, and the next one is going to be, I'll do a Easter show, since I'm going to do the Michael Devine Easter Bunny show, then I'll do the Easter Bunny in my show, and I've maybe a bat costume for the next show, I don't know, but I go to the Krishna temple, I go to Venice Beach, do a lot of things, a lot of open mics, there's really cool, like a beatnik, hippie kind of open mic at the Novel Cafe. And on Tuesday, I sang a song, did some poetry reading there, sing a song at the open mic at Highland Ground, the open mic at the Green Room. Did a open mic at the Cinegrill, and this black lady had me filmed, and I went to the studio, AT&T Broadband on Crenshaw. And I was the only white girl who did a little birthday party for Stevie Wonder. All the black girls dancing in the background. I play harmonica to Living for the City. That was pretty cool.
Francine, one of the questions I've been asking everybody in public access is, I'm sure you heard that the city of Los Angeles is trying to get rid of public access.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I just refuse to do it. Just keep on doing it.
Yeah.
As long as I can. If it happens a couple more years, I'm sure it's going to turn into something else. It may not be called public access, but it will be called something and be somewhere. And I will continue, to perform my talents in some other way, any way I can.
Do you think that it's sort of like the government is sort of censoring the freedom of speech by taking away public access if that goes through?
I really don't know if it has anything to do with it. It's the funding or what. I really don't know. I'm for censorship to a degree, not as far as freedom of speech. I'm for freedom of movement and anything, but I don't think you need to say bad words, because my mommy told me not to, so that's okay with me.
Yeah.
I don't do that anyway. Some of my guests try to not do that kind of stuff, though, so I don't mind that.
Yeah. Do you think that some of the people like Colin Sleazy Friends who are using sex on public access are giving public access a bad name?
Well, they're number two, so they give it a good thing. It depends on, good or bad from what aspect you're looking from. Maybe the church would think it bad, but maybe the poor people think it good. I don't know. I'm somewhere in the middle, I'm kind of neither or little of, everything I am. So I'm pretty much, I don't know, somebody thinks I'm number one, so that's cool with me. Yeah.
What do you hope, what are you using public access as a springboard for? What do you hope to get out of it?
Well, maybe some cute guys or a paying gig. I'm working for free right now, and hopefully it's kind of like a video audition, just a video resume, just to kind of a sample show, okay, I can play guitar and drums, and I can sing, dance, play instruments, do artwork, and this is what I could do, and then whoever is interested in that, call me.
Getting back to David Hart for a minute, when we did our interview with him, he said he's a big fan of yours. He thinks you're very talented, but he thinks that you use sex a little too much. What is your response to that?
Somebody just told me I should use 6 more. I'm pretty much in the middle. I mean, that's me. You know, I try to not do it on his show. I try to hold back as much as I can on his show and let go a little more on mine. I don't. A lot of people want me to do it more, and I really don't think I do. I think I try to hold back a lot. I like to a lot more, but not in public.
Yeah.
I don't do that in public. No, I don't do that at all in public. No.
Have you seen? Tell me about some other public access shows in LA that you've either been on, or you've seen, or you've heard about.
Well, I've been in mine, my 66 ones, and David Hart, and the Three Geniuses, and Stars of Public Access, Elton and Betty White.
How's this? Are you currently doing like any street music? Like, are you performing music on the street?
No, I'm not a street musician. You know, I tried it, and I really don't seem to get that much response or seem to be able to get into it. I prefer it better when I'm on a stage, when they're going to applaud and stuff, because, you know, nobody's going to applaud on the street, and like, why waste the energy, you know? I'm just not good at being a street performer. I tried it, and it just didn't work for me.
How's the pursuit for guys with long hair been going?
Well, I've 2 tall, long-haired male friends, Robert and Stephen, and right now Robert and it's pretty much ending with Robert and pretty much happening with Stephen now.
Is Stephen your old boyfriend?
No, they're not boyfriends. They're just friends.
Okay.
But no, you mean my other Steve? No, that was a different Steve. They're all very much alike. But no, right now Robert, you know, he's a good actor. He's playing Batman up at the Chinese theater, but he drinks a lot, and sometimes we don't get along too good. So I just, you know, keeping his things for him, and I give him another place where he could stay, and some hippies adopted him in an abandoned building, and so he could crash there. He hasn't even been sleeping next to me lately, or even going out for coffee anymore like we used to. You know, just basically I'm keeping his things for him, and I have to give them to him when I see him. And then Stephen is very kind, and you know, he buys me something to eat, and, you know, go out to Krishna Temple, or he went off, did a couple movies, and I watched his paintings for him. You know, we're just like best friends. We hang out at the beach now, so it's more I was kind of friends with Stephen and Robert. For now, it's just not so much Robert, but more just Stephen now on the beach. You know, that's pretty much it. And then just giving my number to cute guys. I met one yesterday. Jay, he had tall, long blonde hair and a ponytail, curly, and a red pants. And he did a handstand, and I said, "Man, you got to do that on my show." And he said he would. So, you know, just I like unusual things like that. Is what I kind of go for, you know.
Where do you see yourself in the show in 5 years? Where do you hope to see yourself in the show in 5 years?
Oh, I don't know, playing a teenager in some movie. I wish. I don't see that yet. I really don't know, but I hope that they would pay me to do you know, some type of dancing or performance of some sort.
I know that the formula of the show so far has been successful because you're the #1 public access show.
Thank you.
Are there any plans to change the formula, or are you just going to keep it the same?
I'm going to keep it basically the same, but, you know, I didn't even know I was in a contest. I wasn't even trying to be #1 or anything. It just happened by mistake, okay? And when I found that out, I started working a little harder to try to make it better, because you get an award for being #1 3 years in a row, and if we could keep it on the air 3 more years, I would like to stay #1 3 more years. You know, if it happens, cool. If not, hey, I already did it, so that's cool too.
Let's see. Anything else that you want to add? Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I'm just, you know, basically looking for tall guys with long hair, trying to make the show better. If I can get some, like, rock bands, artists, musicians, dancers, singers, that kind of thing going on. You know, they're welcome to perform with me. I can't pay anybody, or if anybody knows of where we could get paying gigs, that'd be cool. And I'm trying to find Dave Huizinga, because I think he would be the best for this show.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
What was I going to say? Oh, can you tell me about, I was watching one of your shows a couple weeks ago, and I'm hoping that the episode is in the tapes that you gave me because I'm not sure the number, but there was an episode where you kept asking, you're like, if any guys with long hair out there, come be on my show. It was sort of funny. Will you just tell me about how you
every show?
tell me about like how you're using the show to find that?
Well, sometimes, it takes them a while to change a tape or something, and there's just a space where I just have to say something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things I would say. Any tall, long-haired guys want to be on my show, call me.
Mm-hmm. And you also said you were looking for a place to crash too. Does that ever work?
Yeah, and I said if I'm looking for an apartment, if anybody knows for an apartment for rent.
Uh-huh.
I've asked for that on several shows.
Yeah. My last question. Just tell me about some of the autographs that you have on your wall.
All right, I have autographs of Rod Stewart, Bon Jovi, the Power Rangers, Metal Shop, just Alice Cooper. I go to a lot of signings, and I get like a lot of autographs from rock stars, and they're usually really cool with me. They shake hands with me. I give them my number, and they never call me, but they're very nice. They look good. They're like friends. They're cool. Go maybe touch your hand or something, get their autograph. It's a cool thing. That's a good thing. I like that.
Well, that's interesting that somebody, because you are famous in the public access world, that someone who is famous sort of gets a feel of excitement when they see somebody else who's famous.
Well, as I could turn that around and say, like, I'm the groupie, or they're the famous ones. I'm just, in public access is kind of like an extra, it's like a little step down from them. But when I go somewhere, like a Slash's Snake Pit autographed by Skirt, right? Or I'll go to see this band Venice at the Santa Monica Pier or something, and I'll go and I'll ask someone for their autograph, or they'll ask me for mine, or Jay Leno, I had his autograph too. When I see some famous star, and I'm like, oh, I love your show, can I have your autograph? And they're like to me, oh, I love your show, can I have your autograph? And I'm like, wow, I'm like honored, like they're the star saying this to me, like they're treating me like an equal star or better or something. It's unbelievable, but it's a really good feeling. I love it.
Yeah. Great. All right, I think that's it. I'm just gonna